Yo, welcome back. So in today's video we are installing this data cab. We're at the rewire again. I'm in the same room as the last video where I did all the media wall sockets up there. So this is the other side. Well, eventually we're going to go upstairs into that server room. So we've got loads of data cables, loads of coax cables, aerial cables. Well, they're the same thing. I meant satellite cables like Skybox. So yeah, I've got some trunking, I've got this, I've got loads of Cat 6 RJ45s to put on, so I'll run you through that whole process, but I'll just show you me trying to build this cabinet. Right, I'm in the cupboard now, so I've got my uni light on because there's no power yet. We're still, this is like the last day of second fixing really and doing the board and everything. So I'm in this little cupboard, got all the data cables here, data, satellite, doorbells, so we've got loads of stuff going on. What my thinking behind it is we've got a double socket there, I'm going to cut another one in, just an extra one because there's so many things in here that need plugging in, like the server rack, the satellite booster, there's loads of little bits and bobs that's going to be plugged in. So what my thinking is, this middle trough is designated for data. There is a sneaky little smoke alarm in there, but we'll sort that out after, we'll get it away from the datas. What I'm thinking is I've got an offcut of this stuff, and I've got a brand new length of it downstairs as well. So I'll hold that there, mark each side of the skirting, cut that bit of skirting out, cut a bit of that last bit of floorboard out, so I can run the cables up a bit, probably only to about there, and then my trunking, the new one downstairs, I run it sideways across this whole back wall and then mount the data cabinet on top of that, a little fuse board we're putting the enclosures for the doorbell transformers in there, and then what else have we got going here? The aerial boosters, the satellite booster thing. Yeah, we've got loads of stuff, but it's a lot of prep work really, so just going to try and cut this other double socket out, get these wired, and then start faffing with the datas. So I've marked that out now, making sure I've used my spirit level with the edge of that and the edge of that, so it's directly on top of it. Then get your hand, make sure there's no studs anywhere, so just go right in, and nothing there. So now it's a case of get the multi-tool, because it's only plastic, it don't really matter what blades you got, so I'll cut that out. Simple as that, that's cut out, so get that out of the way. I'll just run downstairs, yeah, there might be enough there. I'll just pull up. Yeah, I might be able to pull one of those up, so I can pull one of these legs into the top one into the bottom one, and then this long one, a bit of excess, cut that down and do a link in between, so there's two cables in both, rather than 3 in one and 1 in the other, just for ease of terminations. So those are now fixed in place, cables are ran, so I'll terminate these. I've got one socket and the other one, so I'll get that done, probably fix that back in place, and then make some more mess here. So we're a bit further now, I've cut the skirting out, so there's a gap there because there's an RSJ, so I'll be able to throw all these cables behind, cut the back out of the trunking, they can come into this trunking, that trunking will go in there nice, and then come up to here and then meet the horizontal bit of trunking going across. Got the data cab there, that's going to go around here above, so the cables can go all up and then straight into the bottom of the data cab. I'll say that's the trunking like that, I'll put the data cab onto the top and cut the bit of the trunking out. Right, sorry about that, the hoover's going in the background, so I'll just do a quick little chatting, but that first bit of trunking's on, so we're using Oran band to clip the cables all in place. They're only data cables, however we just like to keep it nice and neat. So what I'm going to do is fish all these cables back around the other side through this hole here, and then I've just drilled and plugged 3 holes, so 3 fixings for the trunking that's going horizontal, and then my plan is to mount the data cab here. Uni light, working a treat up there, try not to blind you. Nick got loads of stuff sent out, so I asked for a couple power banks as I'm doing loads of filming now. So my phone, my GoPro, speak of the devil, it's on 18%, so I'll stick it on charge and I'll catch back up once I've got all the trunking mounted and the data cab, because it's just 2 plugs that like you hook the data cab on, a bit like a picture, you hook it on and then screw it up and then it stays on the wall. As you can see now, we're a lot further along. We've got a bit of a snake's ladder, or whatever you want to call it, with trunking. Doesn't look the prettiest at the minute, but it is going to look a lot better once all the trunking lids on and they're all cut perfect. So the plan is bring the data cables up, take them across, straight up into the cab. I'm going to maybe punch a hole in the side of this wall here on the right is a stud wall. So punch a hole in that. Actually, I'll get some black flex, put a plug on it and plug it into that socket there. So there's already power up there for him. And then what we've also got to do is this enclosure here, we're going to put 2 of the ring transformers in, and then there's 2 bell wires there for the doorbells. So I just need to double check. I'm going to run the datas into the cab and then I'm going to have a look to see how long them cables are, but I'd like to put that in between that trunking and the wall, so it's on the right, to keep the power away from all the other stuff, and then the satellites this side. Right, we're a lot further on in the day now. I'll just move that up a bit. So everything's in and run. We had a bit of a problem where a couple of the cables were a little bit short, but we had some slack, so we pulled that up. I've cable tied all these now. I've got the rack in front of me. The only thing we've got to do is...
got a big rack.
Yeah, got to attach some of the cables to this via cable tying it. So I've just cable tied these so they're in designated ones. So like these 2 are the pullway. So one of those is a feed from the Virgin box or Starlink, I think it might be going for. So those 2 I'll put in the 1 and 2 as there. I'll keep those 4 free for like feed cables as such, and then the other ones we'll fill it full for all the ones that go to different designated rooms. So now it's the stage of, now I've sorted them out, got enough length on all, I'm gonna try and tuck as much slack back as I can, so it won't look the prettiest at the back, but I just want to leave as much slack as you can. Obviously the real long ones I'll cut it down, but yeah. So I'm going to cable tie onto here and then just do one at a time, and same again, got your colours there, so you just work off that. All cable tied onto there, all terminated. So yeah, I've been writing them down on my phone what's what. So yeah, now's the moment to truth, push it all back, screw this back, that's this bit done, and then that'll be tomorrow's problem with all the satellite cables and everything. Oh god, I forgot to put the GoPro on charge, it's on 6%, but that's what we're working with now. So that enclosure's on. The doorbell, double doorbell transformer, there, that's what it's working with. So that looks nice. Gonna put a stuffing gland in that tomorrow. We've ran out, bloody Jack's used them all. So stuffing gland in the bottom of that trunking, poke that. We didn't have any white flex, it's just a shame. But we just needed to get it on and working. So yeah, gonna stuffing gland that, poke that cable out, put a 3 amp fuse on it. So it's 3 amp fuse into the top of the transformer, and then I think it's 24 volt coming out, or it might be 12, one of the 2, and then that runs all the way down to the doorbells. So you got one at the back and one at the front, and then all the data cable, you see I've brought them up, they're cable tied there, then they are cable I've already showed you this, I've already showed you the cable tied to the back of this, and then cable tied into it, and they're terminated. Right, it's the next day. So yeah, stuck in that cupboard all day, sweating, getting all the datas done, all that jazz. Looks alright there now, yeah? Coming to the end of a rewire phase. So coming to the end now. Ooh.
That's a light bulb.
Yeah, don't put light bulbs there. I'll have to clean that up in a minute. Coming to the end of it, so what we're doing now is going around every point, testing it, making sure it goes through all 8 sequences. So I've terminated them correctly, which we all know I have.
Do we?
Yeah, well, we hope so.
My hair looks good with the camera, doesn't it?
Nick's got the brotherly up front there, he's putting the labels on. So number 9 corresponds with on where it is in the rack upstairs. So that's it really, just run around all 559.
How many is there on this?
About 30.
Where's the jugular?
So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you on that. Actually, I'll quickly show upstairs the finished product.
Yeah, go and show you stuff. It looks,
So,
he's done a really good job, so it deserves a like, subscribe and follow and share, and maybe go to his boss's channel and like follow.
Everyone's already clicked off. It's the end of the video. Right, we'll go upstairs. Here we go. We're upstairs now. So finished product. The TV aerial and satellite stuff's not come yet, so that's what it is. This is just needs screwing back in a minute, but we need to test it all. So this is the rack. So Nick's right, it's going on number 10, Nick. Right, it's on number 10, that one. So what we're doing is going through all 8 sequences, making sure number 11, yeah. So just double checking the cable's terminated correctly. So yeah, that's what I've done. Doorbell's done. Everything's looking mint. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.